Hello friends, how are you all doing? My name is Shaz, short for Shahrazad, and I love colorful makeup. Today I'm so excited because I have received these three beautiful palettes from the Perfect World collection of Oden's Eye, and I can't wait to do a first impression review of these palettes for you. I'm going to do swatches of each of these palettes with a little bit of description of the palette and an eye look with each of them. This eye look is from one of these palettes. If that sounds good to you, as always, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Now let's go into the video. To quickly tell you a little bit about my shopping experience when I purchased these palettes. First of all, this was my very first experience purchasing from Odens Eye. If you have watched my video where I talk about the brands that I like to try in 2023, I'll tag the video here. If you watched that video, you know that Odens Eye was one of the brands that I've never tried before, and I was looking forward to trying them for the first time this year. So this is my first purchase from the brand. What happened when I was purchasing these, of course, I think everybody knew this was going to be a highly requested, in-demand release and collection. The collaborators of this collection are pretty known, they're very popular and well-liked, so everybody wanted these palettes. I was on that site 3 or 4 minutes before the time of launch, and when I clicked on the page, I could add these palettes to cart, and at that point in time they were having a bundle that had, I believe, 3 ribbons and a scarf in it. I ended up being in line for more than 24 hours, and yes, but by 24 hours I mean I was in the line for more than a day. I ended up having to work from home, and I also ended up missing half the things I wanted to do that day because I needed to stay at my computer. And the whole time the computer screen was telling me that I'm in line and it's going to just take a few more minutes. I emailed Odens Eye, and interestingly they got back to me pretty fast, and they were very apologetic about what was going on, and they also said in their email that they're gonna make sure that whatever I had picked I will be able to purchase from the site. After around 30 hours, I just gave up because I was not going to the beginning of the line. So I just went on their website and I purchased the only option at that point that was available, which was just buying these 3 palettes. So I could not at that point buy the option with the scarves and the ribbons because that was already sold out. That first shopping experience was not the best first shopping experience. I expected a brand recognize that there's going to be a very high demand for palettes from pretty known influencers. I mean, each of these influencers, I believe, has at least 30,000 plus followers. So imagine if they are all on the site trying to purchase these. I'm actually kind of surprised the website didn't crash, but it did kind of give me the feeling that the brand was not ready and prepared for that kind of volume on their website. So just wanted to say this. If you're considering purchasing from Odens Eye in the future, and maybe this provides some perspective for you, maybe you were one of the people like me who ended up getting stuck in that line, so now at least you know you are not the only one. And if you are the brand watching this video, this is going to provide some information to you from a customer perspective. And with that said, friends, let's now go into the review of these 3 beautiful palettes. Okay, beauties, let's get started. Before everything, my hair is wet. I just got out of the shower, so if there are any stains on my shirt, it's just water. Let's get started with Painterly on my eyes. I am so excited to be using this brand. I'm so excited to be using this collab. I could not wait to receive it. So very excited. So these are our palettes. Before I get started, let me give you a quick info about each palette. This one is called Planet Spirit, and it's in collaboration with Batty Bean or Batty Bean. She's amazing. I have purchased her other collabs with Shroud. I have videos with them. I'll tag the video here. This is the inside of the palette. So beautiful. I want you all to think of me when you see these kinds of vibrant colors and palettes. And always remember, what you see on the screen is million times toned down from what the palette actually looks like. So it looks way more vibrant and way more shifty and amazing in person. So I can't wait. I can't wait. Also, quickly just mentioning that the packaging is so pretty. It has Batty Bean on it and some animals. I'm guessing it's extinct animals. I know this collaboration was supposed to be in support of nature, so this is about supporting animals, but I don't know if any proceeds from these sales is going to go to any charity or anything. So if you do, write to me below so that I know. I mean, I would love to think that some of the money went to some charity, but regardless, still super excited to be supporting these amazing creators. The only thing about the packaging is that it doesn't have a waxy outside, so it could possibly get stained, which breaks my heart because it's so beautiful. Now let's quickly take a look at the swatches of this palette. Again, beauties, I always do 2 swipes per color on bare skin with no primer applied. The next palette I want to talk about is this one. This one is called Sea Talk palette, and this one is in collaboration with Mae Beauty. Her photo is on here. At some point in the past, she had pink hair, so that's her, and I think the tone and the theme of this palette is in support of sea nature and sea animals. Beautiful packaging, again, goes without saying. It's absolutely beautiful. Same issue, it doesn't have the waxy outside, so it could possibly get stained, which would totally break my heart. This is the inside, very much Mae Beauty. Some of these colors are so unique and beautiful, way more beautiful from close up than probably what you see on the screen. I can't wait to use this dark blue matte and this one, this sort of mid-tone neutral shimmer. So beautiful. Friends, in case I didn't mention it a little earlier, this is the first time I'm using Odens eye, so I'm excited about that as well. Now that we're at it, let's quickly take a look at the swatches of this palette. And last but not least is this one, Flora Story, which is in support of trees and plants. And this one is in collaboration with Amanda from Makeup Just for Fun. Again, the same concept. There is a photo or an image of her on the palette, and beautiful packaging. Absolutely gorgeous. And I'm so excited about sort of the greenish color themes. And this is the inside. Friends, this palette is absolutely gorgeous, and this is the one I want to use first because this is so beautiful, and some of these colors I just can't wait to jump into, so we're gonna use this one first. Let's take a quick look at the swatches of this one, and then we're gonna go into the first eye look. I'm gonna pick a brush like this, and let's get started with this azalea color. Okay, there is quite a bit of kick up, and because the palette is not waxy, the outer packaging, I'm gonna just put it flat because I don't want these colors to stain the packaging. A lot of kick up so far. The pigmentation is okay. I don't know if I talked about the embossings, but this one has embossings of leaves on each pan. I'm gonna bring this closer, maybe you can see that. Okay, now let's go into this color Orchid. I'm gonna use a smaller brush, putting it in my outer V area. Again, I can see some pigment there. I feel like the dark purple matte is more powdery than I expected. It hasn't impacted the performance of the shade, so it doesn't really bother me, but it might need a little bit of buildup. I know there's some patchiness, I'll fix that. I'm gonna use the same brush. I'm gonna look up and I'm gonna just draw this under my lower lash line. I'm trying to make it as close to my lash line as I can. I'm picking the same brush and I'm just diffusing this color. And I'm gonna take this and make sure this top part of my eyeshadow, the two colors, the dark and the light purple, are blended. I mean the mauve color and the dark purple. Similarly on this side, again, I'm not doing it exactly in my outer V, I'm just doing the top part. The purple got a little bit patchy and I'm trying to understand why. It's stuck to some areas and not to some other areas. If I had to guess, I think part of the reason for this is the powderiness. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fix it. So I'm gonna go back into the purple one more time and just go over these. Normally this should not happen. Like I'm already feeling like it's separating. And I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Okay, better now. I'm gonna use NYX's glitter primer, taking this across the lid, at least in the 2/3 of my lid, 2/3 of the inner part, and I'm doing the same on both eyes. Just quickly mentioning that it's common for you to be removing color when you put NYX's glitter primer because glitter primer is pretty tacky. I don't mind that because the color under it is going to not matter because I'm going to put a color over it. So going back into the palette, I want to try this color Misty. Gorgeous. Look at, oh my goodness, look at this. I'm excited. I'm putting this right at the center of my eye. It's gorgeous, gorgeous color. Again, another layer at the center. And then with my finger, I'm gonna just brush a little bit on the sides, mixing that color into the purple. I'm gonna go back with the brush with the dark color on it and very gently blend this outer edge. Okay, there is a little bit of patchiness out here. I'm pretty sure I did not put any glitter primer this far out, so I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't think this dark purple color likes me. I'm gonna cover it with dark purple again. Do I have that experience on this side? Not exactly. This side is much better. Okay, I love the shimmer though. It's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm gonna pick a small pointy brush, friends, and I'm gonna go into Best Buds. And I'm putting this color in my inner corner, this area. A similar thing on this side. Okay, beauties, my eye look is done. There is some patchiness here. I don't know why, and I don't know if I can fix that, but it's there. But everything else I like. I love the eye look. It's super colorful. So if I were to just make a few comments about the first impression, shimmers are very nice. Mattes are a little powdery and maybe a little thin. I was expecting a little bit better results with the dark purple matte. I know dark colors don't like aging friends, and there's not a whole lot that can be done about that, but I was not expecting this. I feel like I haven't experienced this in a very long time. So that was a little disappointing, and I don't know why it happened. What I felt about the texture of the mattes, just based on this very first impression, is that they're so powdery that they are a little flyaway. And I wonder if what's happening here is that they're just not even sticking to my skin. I had kind of the same issue with, what was the name of the palette? Fête de Provence palette from Nomad Cosmetics. I had the same issue with some of the colors in that palette. I'll tag that video if you're interested, but it's kind of something that I suppose these kinds of colors just don't work for me, and then they lead to results like this. It's sort of like patchiness both with the light color as well as the dark color. You might not be able to see it in the screen. So let me bring the camera closer and show you this eye look from close up. Okay, beauties, I'm gonna get started with the second eye look with Batty Jean's palette Planet Spirit. To save some time, I already primed my eyes with Painterly from MAC. I'm gonna get started with a packing brush, and I'm gonna use Pride, this beautiful purple color. Look at that. And I'm going to just, ooh, I'm liking this. I'm gonna just put this across the lid kind of. I'm now going to use another packing brush, and I'm going to go into this beautiful color over here. Ooh, loving it. And I'm going to put it in the inner half. I'm getting ready to go to the gym, friends. I'm so excited. I'm going to look all colorful and pretty. Interestingly, my experience with these mattes are very different from what I experienced with the first eye look. Very pleasantly different. Just look at the pigmentation. They blend pretty well. They are very nice. They don't look fly away or anything. They are sticking to where they're supposed to stick. And I'm very, very much enjoying this. As you can see, the eye look is kind of going towards red colors. I was thinking about doing green under my eye, but I think that's going to be a little too funky. So let's go into this one. And I'm just going to brush it close to my lash line. I'm going to pick the clean brush and look up and just diffuse the color a little bit. I'm liking this a lot. Now I'm gonna pick NYX's glitter primer, just a dab, just a tiny dab, and this is going to go where these two colors meet. And now I'm gonna go into this beautiful, oof, this color is just so pretty. It's a red to gold, and it looks as if it has tiny glitter particles in it. I am just going to dab this at the center. And then I'm just going to do one swipe, and I'm going to put a little bit of it, the gold color in here. Ooh. Okay, that's a little bit more than a little bit. And now for the final touch, I'm going to go into this color Fauna, sort of an iridescent multichromy color. And this beauty is going to go into my inner corner. It reminds me of a red giant from Terra Moons. It has a red hue. So beautiful. Okay, beauties, my eye look is complete. The performance of this palette was so much better than last palette. It could also have to do with how much primer I applied with the first eye look. Of course, in hindsight, I can't tell. But mattes in here performed really well. They're pretty pigmented. I'm enjoying the fun eye look that I created. I don't know what you all think. Write it to me in the comments below. Yeah, I'm so excited about this palette. And I think the first eye look was a success. Now let me bring the camera closer and show you the eye look from close up. Okay, beauties, we're back for the third and the final look. I already primed my eyes with Eye Prep Eye Prime from Juvia's Place. This is shade number 2, which I think is a little dark for me, but you can see it on my lids. I figured let's use a different primer just to test the product with a different primer. And for palette, we're getting into Lauren Mae's palette, which is called Sea Talk. And this is the inside of the palette, and I'm so excited to be using this because it's a beautiful palette. I'm going to jump in using Night Swim, which is this beautiful, beautiful dark blue. I'm going to start in the outer V area. But of course, because we're trying to begin with the dark blue color. I'm going to be a little careful because if I mess it up, that's it. You know, it's more difficult to clean it up than if this was a lighter color. I'm now going to go into this dark blue color. Sort of a blue to purple. It's a beautiful color. And I'm going to put this at the center here. You can also use NYX's glitter primer if you're trying to do this look at home. But I'm just going to use a little bit. And now I'm going to go into this pink. This looks like, let's see. Ooh, beautiful pink. Look at that. It's one of those like colors that looks a little wet. And I'm going to just putting this color here. Let me see if I can use a brush for this because that could be easier. I'm picking a small flat brush and I'm gonna go into this color and try this one more time. I've mentioned in the past, I usually don't have a lot of luck with these kinds of colors. I just want to make sure they get into all the little wrinkles. You know, I'm not 20 anymore, so I have tiny wrinkles here and there on my eyes, and I'm trying to make sure this gets into all of them. If I use my fingers, they do. If I use a brush, a lot of times they don't. Now beauties, I'm gonna go with a very tiny brush. I'm gonna go into Electric Kelp, which is this beautiful, beautiful, looks like a satin sort of neon yellow. You know where I'm going. This beautiful color is gonna go in my inner corner. Ooh, I'm loving this color, friends. Love that. I'm now going to use a flat brush, and in the spirit of using as many colors in this palette as I can, I'm going to go into this color called Driftwood, which is a beautiful brown. You all know I don't use browns a lot in this channel, but I'm going to do that for this eye look. I'm just packing this as close to my lash line as I can. After that, I'm going to pick a brush that's small but has a fluffy head, and I'm going to go into this one, Dolphin Tail. I'm going to diffuse that a little bit on my hand, and I am going to use it to just blend this out a little bit. And now I'm picking another brush with a small head. I'm going to go into this beautiful color. What's the name of the color? It's called Smoky Pearl. It's a gorgeous color. I don't even know how to describe the color. It has a very light hue of pink, but then it has gray, it has kind of silver. It's very nice. I'm gonna look up and I'm gonna put this in the inner half of my lower lash line. But before I declare this eye look as done, I'm gonna pick a clean brush and I'm gonna blend this edge, making sure it doesn't have a harsh line, and gonna do the same thing on the other side. Okay beauties, my eye look is complete. I'm really enjoying this look. I also went ahead and put a little bit of Pasadena from Ofra on my lips. I thought the cool undertone really goes with the eye look, and I'm really enjoying this whole look. And this palette, friends, pretty nice. I definitely enjoyed the payoff of this palette definitely more than the first one. I think the second one, Betty Jean's palette, was also pretty good. I think all of the colors that I used performed relatively decently. This blue color was very nice, very pigmented, and it played pretty well. I don't see any patchiness or anything. You know, in a dark blue, that's pretty common, and this is just staying put. And these two colors, kind of nice and more or less the same thing. The only thing is that I didn't put them on a large enough surface. It's kind of difficult to say if something that's on your lower lash line is going to get patchy if you put it on a large surface. But the shimmers are gorgeous. I'm loving it, particularly this one. Also, this pink shimmer, the only thing about this pink shimmer is that I don't know if you all see the pink shift. There it is. But I don't think I see much of a pink shift on my lids. Do you all see the pink shift on my lids? I see more purple on my lids. Yeah, I mean, doesn't really matter a whole lot, but if in case you care about something like that. Other than that, this yellow, friends, I'm loving it. Look at this. So beautiful. Yeah, so really enjoyed this palette. I think Lauren has done an amazing job. I also just love watching Lauren as a creator. She's super creative, super artistic. Love her channel. So that's it for this one. Now let me bring the camera closer and show you the eye look from close up. Okay, beauties, I hope you enjoyed my video of these 3 Odens eye palettes. Let me know if you've used any of these, maybe one or more of them, and if you have any particular thoughts on them, or if you're interested in purchasing them. I can also do more eye looks with these palettes, so if that's something that you're interested in seeing, also write that to me in the comments below. Thanks again, beauties. I love you all. Have a fantastic day, and until next time. Bye.